Hello there, welcome back to my channel. If you're here, hi, my name is Samantha and this is my channel where I talk all about books. And today I'm coming to you with a book tag. I feel like I've been doing a lot of book tags recently, so I'm sorry about that. But I was recently tagged by Mel from the Bookish Mel, aka the actual love of my life, to do the Bargain About Books tag, which was created by Eric from Break Even Books. And I just thought that this tag looked like fun and Mel tagged me, so I'm not gonna do it. Also, I put makeup on to film my wrap up, so I'm gonna film another video while I've got makeup on my face. So this tag is obviously based on dogs. And a little side note, I don't have dogs, which is so sad because I love dogs. I feel like there's a misconception that you're either a dog person or a cat person, but that's not always true. I am a both person. I love cats and dogs equally, probably. And we currently have cats, so we don't have a dog, but I grew up with dogs. I love dogs so much. And actually during the first lockdown here in the UK, we're on to our second one now, so that's fun. But during our first one, we were staying in Suffolk and one of our neighbors had an adorable dog. His name was Alan. They still have him, but yeah, they have this dog, Alan, and we used to walk him like every day. And here's a picture of me and Alan, the love of my life. I love Alan so much. He's not even my dog, but I would do anything for this dog. He is a precious angel and I miss him. But anyway, yeah, so this is the closest I got to having a dog in the last, I don't even know how many years. It's been over 10 years since I've actually had a dog and I miss having a dog so much. Anyway, but that is a lot of prefacing, so let me just get into the questions because you're not here to hear me talking about the fact that I don't have a dog and I'm sad about it. You're here for me to answer the questions. So question number one is, I've got a bone to pick with you. Name a book that was good until it wasn't, or like you were enjoying it and it ended up disappointing you. For this one, I think the most obvious answer for me is going to be The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. I read this actually with Mel. I buddy read this with Mel and Elena back in June and I was loving it in the beginning. Like I think the first 100 pages were just like so fantastic to me. I was like, oh my god, I love these characters. I think that this is going to be a new favorite book. And then I got past that 100 pages and the middle chunk of this book was just so slow. It was just very, very slow. And then the ending of the book was just chaotic. So I found that the book, like the pacing just was not very well done for me personally. And I know that this book is like so loved on BookTube, but for me personally, it started off really good and then it went downhill and then I didn't like the second book at all. And I don't think I'll ever actually finish the series because I don't see the point in reading it if I'm not going to enjoy it. So yeah, this is definitely one that I started off loving and ended up really not liking. The next question is, welcome home. Name a book or series that gives you the warm feelings of home. For this one, I'm going to go for the To All the Boys I've Loved Before series. This series is just my everything. I read it for the first time about 3 years ago and I've read all of the books twice actually, and these books are just so cute. I love Lara Jean and I feel like I relate to her in a lot of ways, and so I just absolutely love the books. And I actually really like the third one as well, which is kind of an unpopular opinion because I think a lot of people thought it was unnecessary, but for me personally, I really enjoyed it and it also just came to me at the perfect time. This book, whenever I read it, it just gives me the warm fuzzy feelings that I love. I also really love the first movie. I didn't like the second one that much, but the first movie is just my everything. If I'm in a bad mood, I just stick that movie on and then I'm instantly happier. So yeah, that series means a lot to me actually, and I always forget about it, but it's a really good one. The next question is, Roughing It. Name a book that has a journey or travel element to it. A book that I just read fairly recently, which has travel in it, is Gods of Jaden Shadow by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. This book is set in Mexico in the 1920s and it basically follows our main character Cassiopeia, and she's really unhappy in her life. She's basically treated like a servant in her grandfather's home and mistreated by her cousin, and one day she ends up awakening a Mayan god and then they set off on an adventure across Mexico to get him back onto his throne. And so yeah, they travel around a lot in Mexico, which for me was just so fun to see because if you don't know, I did my year abroad in Mexico, except it wasn't a full year because I had come home because of COVID, but I did study abroad in Mexico for a period of time and I did do a little bit of traveling around, and so it was just so fun for me to see that again. And also it's just a pretty fun story in general. It was a little bit slow for me and it wasn't like my favorite book ever, but I think this one definitely deserves to be mentioned because it definitely had a bit of a journey in it. The next question is, marking your territory. Name a book or series that you will always stand by no matter what. Before I answer this question, I just want to take a second to apologize for the fact that I am talking about the same book that I talked about last week. I promise, in the next tag I do, I will not talk about this series, I promise, because I know I talk about it way too much, but I just love it so much. Anyway, back to Samantha. For this one, I think it will come as no surprise that I'm going to say The Arc of a Scythe trilogy by Neil Shusterman. I love this trilogy with all of my heart. I actually really want to reread it. I only finished it in February, I think. I read the third book, and I really want to reread it already because it's just my everything. I just really love the complexity of the story and how complex the characters are, I think. Like the corruption within the Scythedom, and then I feel like it should be this idyllic situation because humans are complex. It obviously doesn't work, and it's just... I love it. I love it so much. I think I'll stand by that one forever. The next question is Diggin' Holes, a book that had some hidden secrets or had a big plot twist uncovered. For this one, I'm going to go for The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I read this in August. I actually got an arc of it, and I loved this book. This book is a mystery, and so it's full of secrets. A big part of this book is about like puzzles and solving puzzles. So there are a bunch of twists throughout the book, and I think that this book was just like so fun. I read it in like a day, I think, and it was just like top tier. And I actually haven't spoken about it since I wrapped it up. So yeah, I would definitely say that that one had lots of twists and it was really fun, so I would definitely recommend it. The next question is Stand By Me. Name a book or series that portrayed a very loyal friendship between its characters. I really don't know which book to go for this one, so I'm gonna go for one that just has like a big focus on friendship and it does talk about loyalty in friendship, but I'm not sure if they're the most loyal of friends. But I want to go for When Life Gives You Mangoes by Corinne Getton. This is a middle grade book which came out in October, and it's got a big focus on friendship, and it's set in Jamaica, and it follows this girl called Clara who can't remember the events of last summer, and is her kind of piecing things together and also making this new friendship with a girl who has just arrived. And yeah, it talks about their friendship and her friendships with other people. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go for that one. Not sure if it's the most accurate answer, but it's my answer. Next question is Tug of War, a book you have mixed feelings about. I really don't know. I haven't read a book recently where I've been like, how did I actually feel about that? The last time I read a book that I wasn't sure how I felt about it was Normal People by Sally Rooney. When I finished this book, I was just like, did I like that? Or did I just appreciate it for what it was? And ultimately I ended up giving it a 4 out of 5 stars. And I would say that yes, I did enjoy it. But I don't know if it's more like just because I enjoyed it because I appreciated it, or if I actually did enjoy it. You know, it's a bit of a weird one. But I'd say that's probably the last one which I had like very mixed feelings about and like just couldn't work it out. Apart from that, I'm normally pretty decisive on how I feel about a book, or at least like by the time I talk about it on the internet, I've worked out how I felt about it. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I'd have to go for Normal People, but ultimately I do think I like that book. I still don't know. And the final question is Treats, a book that you are super excited about and will reward yourself by buying it. Do I go basic bitch? Yeah, I'm gonna go basic bitch. My extremely basic bitch answer for this is The Invisible Life of Addie Larue. I really want to buy this book, but I'm doing read 5 before you buy, and I have not yet read 5, so I cannot yet buy. And also this book has been a little bit hard to get a hold of because it's been so popular. But also I don't think I'm gonna read it that soon, but I just want to own it, like, because it's just so pretty. I want the UK hardcover edition because it's gorgeous. That's definitely a book that I want to treat myself with. Another one, what was another book I wanted to buy? Oh, I really want to get Raybearer because also UK cover. Gorgeous. I got a sampler of this from NetGalley and I absolutely loved what I read. I think it was the first 8 chapters, and yeah, I loved it so much, but I haven't been able to buy it yet. I definitely want to get that at some point soon as well. Those 2 books are definitely ones that I want to treat myself with. But anyway, those are all the questions. Also, the light is dying because it's 4 o'clock and that's how it works in England in the autumn, and I hate it so much. But yeah, those are all the questions. I'm not actually going to tag anyone because I don't know who's already been tagged and who's already done it. I won't tag anyone, but if you want to do it and say that I tagged you, go ahead and do that. But that's all I have for this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe down below. Thank you again so much to Mel for tagging me, and I post videos on Fridays or sometimes every other Friday, and so hopefully I'll see you next Friday. Bye.